API plugin previews and Quest Helper. API plugin and Quest Helper previews. Welcome back. Back in June, we shared our first look at the RuneScape API project and outlined our vision for an official plugin ecosystem. Since then, we've been hard at work alongside our growing group of community developers, continuing to build the foundations of the API while also beginning to see the first plugins come to life. And just in case you missed our most recent month ahead news, we're incredibly excited to share something we've been looking forward to for a long time. Quest Helper is coming to RuneScape. If you've played old school RuneScape, you already know just how monumental that statement is. Quest Helper has been one of the most requested quality of life features from RuneScape players for years, fundamentally changing how millions of players experience quests by keeping guidance inside the game instead of on a second monitor. It's become one of the defining plugins of the old school experience, and we're thrilled to announce that the people behind the various existing Quest Helper experiences are now working together to bring the same magic to RuneScape in an officially supported plugin. Hi, Coffee Brewer. Thank you so much for the follow. You read that right. This isn't the work of just one developer. Zonkwiz, creator of the iconic old school Quest Helper, Joe's the Farmer, creator of the Bolts Quest Helper, and TechPure, creator of Alt1's Quest Helper, have joined forces to build the definitive Quest Helper for RuneScape. Having these three highly experienced Quest Helper community developers collaborating on a single project is something we're immensely proud of, and it's exactly the kind of collaboration the API project was built to enable. Quest Helper isn't the only ambitious project underway, though. Our community developers are already exploring a huge range of ideas, from powerful quality of life improvements to entirely new ways of interacting with RuneScape. Today, we're giving you an early look at a handful of those plugins and the talented developers behind them. Everything you'll see today is still a work in progress, and that's where you come in. Throughout this blog, you'll find questions, design discussions, opportunities for feedback directly from the developers themselves. If something catches your eye, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the dedicated Reddit and Discord discussions as we continue shaping these plugins together. Index, general progress update, Quest Helper, tile markers, menu entry swapper, agility helper, home planner, farming timers, fairy rings, runic attune, and looking ahead. Alrighty. General progress update. It's been another busy couple of months for the API project. Behind the scenes, we've continued expanding the API itself while working closely with our community developers to create a solid collaboration space, answer questions, and gather feedback on some new functionality. Their feedback has already proven invaluable as we continue refining both the API and the wider plugin ecosystem. Alongside this, we've been working on submission guidelines, moderation processes, and our policy for how exactly community developers can let themselves be assisted. Is that by AI? Okay. While developing their plugins, all of this is to help ensure that the ecosystem is built on a solid foundation. Perhaps most excitingly, our developers have been hard at work bringing their various ideas to life, and we're finally at the stage where we can start sharing some of them with you. The first wave includes some real heavy hitters that with the potential to fundamentally change the way many of you experience RuneScape. And today we're excited to give you an early look at what's in development. Let's take a look at a few of those in development. Hi Tommy, AI assistance and coding is very common these days. Fair. You should see the Relay plugin submissions, so much AI slop. Yeah. Guidelines are important. That makes sense. Quest Helper! Quest Helper is one of the first major projects coming to RuneScape API, and it's hard to overstate just how significant that is. This is a huge milestone for the project and one of the biggest opportunities the API unlocks for players. The above videos are just a small sneak peek at how this plugin is shaping up. We'll share more news about it in future. The aim of this particular plugin is to provide players with helpful guidance throughout quests, reducing the need to leave the game and search through external guides. For years, Quest Helper has been one of the most popular and widely used plugins in old school RuneScape, transforming how millions of players approach questing. Bringing that same level of in-game guidance to RuneScape has been one of the community's most frequently requested plugin ideas, making this a landmark project for the API. The difference between AI slop and development using AI as a tool. API, more like Yay API. While still in early and active development, the plugin is already demonstrating exactly what's possible with the RuneScape API, seamlessly providing contextual in-game assistance that keeps players immersed in the game instead of alt-tabbing to external guides. It's a fantastic example of how community developers can enhance the player experience while staying true to the spirit of RuneScape. Developer notes: I'm hopeful we can take some of the amazing features which already exist in RS3 to make Quest Helper as useful as possible to everyone. Pardon me? Quest Helper has already been a fun project for me to develop, and I hope it brings others some joy too. Perhaps even the thing that finally justifies yet making another alt account. Everyone involved in Quest Buddy has been a tremendous help as it provided a little over 700 step points in the Quest Helper. I'm extremely grateful in the team that has been assigned to the Quest Helper, as we will be making the best Quest Helper the RSU community has ever seen. And there will be opportunity for feedback. In the old school RuneLite version, you have the right hand sidebar with the list of steps in a singular small detail window. In the upcoming RuneScape plugin, we've implemented Quest Helper as a window within the game. We'd love to hear what players think about this transition and how usable it is. That is a typo. If you've used them before, what do you like about the existing Quest Helper plugins that you do or don't see in the plugin videos above? Is there something you always wished would be included but you haven't seen yet? Is there any Quest Helper functionality that you're not fond of? Is there something missing? For me, it's like the excessive amount of blue covering everything up. Tile markers. Tile markers allow players to highlight important locations throughout the game. It is currently in development by J3. Whether you're marking boss mechanics, skilling routes, or useful locations during clue scrolls, this is a must-have. Oh yeah, I do know that, but it's still... Developer note: I feel privileged to bear the responsibility of implementing a feature so iconic to RuneScape. My ambition for the tile marker plugin is to offer a complete package that includes management of tile presets and many ways to customize the look of your markers to be just the way you like them. And there's also opportunity for feedback here. I intend to make tile presets, also known as packs, shareable. How would you like to see these implemented? Example, player to player, an export import system, or an integrated catalog. Oh, maybe it's not a typo. If you use them, what do you like about the existing tile marker plugins that you do or don't see in the plugin video above? Is there something you always wish could be included but you haven't seen yet? Is there any tile marker functionality you're not fond of? Is there something missing? Menu entry swapper. Menu entry swapper lets you reorder your right-click menu options exactly how you like, with a fresh new UI, animated reordering, and an undo and reset controls. It is being developed by Sari Celine. The plugin allows players to customize common interactions throughout RuneScape, helping anyone get to entries that are most common and useful to them in everyday gameplay, while keeping interactions intuitive and easy to understand. Let's have a look at this. Oh, right. I see. You can choose like if you want to teleport or where or use. That's actually going to be pretty big for clues, I would say. Especially with teleports. Any info, if it works only with launcher or also for the Steam users? I'm not sure. Hi, BroDK. Developer note. It's amazing to be part of something as big as this and give back to the community. I love fixing the small things that make gameplay more enjoyable. Menu Entry Swapper gives players full control over their right-click menu with easy reordering and quick undo reset options. Truly honored to be part of it all. Opportunity for feedback. Would you prefer Walk Here to be included in the reorder list? Should there be a default left click button within the mini menu that will raise the option to the top? Would you like to have different save layouts for the same menu? Example, light as number 1 when fire making and craft as number 1 when crafting fletching. If you've used them, what do you like about the existing menu entry swapper plugins that you do or don't see in the plugin videos above? Is there something you always wish that would be included that you haven't seen yet? Is there any menu entry swapper functionality that you're not fond of? Is there something missing? You hope menu entry swapper works with items in the ability bar. I want to change the bracelet teleport for Necro in crafting. Oh yeah, for sure. If walk here is included in the reorder list, it would kill like 80% of my use cases. Agility helper. Take your agility training to new heights with agility helper. The plugin currently supports 11 courses and automatically detects what you're tackling, highlighting current and upcoming obstacles with customizable tiles or 3D markers. You can adjust step labels, colors, animation, opacity, I don't know, and text size to create a setup that suits you. This plugin is being developed by Pavi. Agility Helper can also highlight nearby shortcuts and their level requirements, relevant traps, and the Serenity posts with optimal sound alerts. A movable tracker keeps tabs on your session time, lap times, completions, XP gained, and course progress. Completion pop-ups provide a quick summary after each lap, while permanent career statistics save your best lap time, total completions, and XP earned for each course. Developers note the aim of Agility Helper is to make course information clear and easy to follow without taking away from from playing the course yourself. Every feature can be adjusted or disabled, allowing you to keep display simple or show as much information as you find useful. Development is ongoing, and community feedback will help shape future improvements, additional course support, and quality of life features. Will the quest helper be as powerful as old school? I'd be a bit sad if not. It's just nice. It's nice just brain off questing. Most likely, tile markers plus plugin gonna help with so much with anacron agility. Can mark all places to search and dive. Opportunity for feedback. If you've used them, what do you like about the existing Agility Helper plugins that you do or don't see in the plugin videos above? Is there something you always wished you could be included with Agility Helper but haven't seen yet? Pardon me again. Is there any Agility Helper functionality in the preview above that you're not fond of? Is there something missing? Home Planner. Oh, wow. Home Planner takes a different approach by helping players experiment with player-owned house layouts before making changes in game. This plugin is being developed by J3 The goal is to make planning easier, allowing players to test ideas and optimize layouts without the cost of rebuilding rooms multiple times. Developer note, after seeing the new Player Owned House systems and personally wasting just a little too much of my own precious GP adding and removing rooms to create the perfect build, I felt inspired to create a planning tool that allows me to create shareable floor plans of my plot before committing to a build. Opportunity for feedback. I intend to make floor plans shareable. How would you like to see this implemented? Example, player to player, an exported system, or an integrated catalog hub. An exported system would be interesting. Is there something you always wished would be included with paw planning but you haven't seen yet? Is there any home planner functionality in the preview above that you're not fond of? Is there something missing? All right, farming timers. Farming timers keeps a friendly eye on all your patches, tracking your crop timers so you always know exactly when things are being ready to harvest, even after logging out. No more forgotten crops or wasted trips. This plugin is being developed by Sarah Celine. Developer note, farming is one of the skills that work quietly in the background, so I wanted a tool that respects that. Farming timers keeps track of your crops, letting you know which patch and when each one is ready to harvest, even after you've logged out, hoping it makes farming feel a little less like a chore for everyone. Opportunity for feedback. Would you like POF animals to be included in farming timer? We're still investigating if this is possible. Would you like to see your timers laid out by farm location, by patch, by crop soon to harvest, or another way? I quite like the way Relay has it with the pages and the tabs. Do you want the plugin to auto clear expired timers or clear them yourself? Would you like visual aids to show which crops animals are almost ready to be harvested? Would you like to see the time appear on top of the crop or have this functionality on toggle? Would sound notification be useful, or is it that likely to be annoying or disabled immediately? If you use them, what do you like about the existing farming timer helper plugins that you do or don't see in the plugin videos above? Is there something you always wish that would be included, but you haven't seen yet? Is there any farming timers functionality that you're not fond of, and is there something missing? All right, Fair Ring. Fair Ring is a great quality of life plugin allowing for a search bar function to be included in the interface. Oh, yes. A search bar would be big. Developer note, as an avid cluer and player of both old school and modern RuneScape, the absence of a search feature in the Fair Ring interface was always sorely missed. Thankfully, the API has given me the tools required to implement the feature myself. I cannot personally wait to use this in my future clue scroll solving sessions. Every update is a clue update. Opportunity for feedback. Are there any other interfaces around the game that could use a similar search or filter quality of life improvement? Is there something you always wish would be included but you haven't seen yet? Is there any Fair Rings functionality that you're not fond of? Is there something missing? Search bar is good. Just like old school, we will be able to defer content updates to letting people simply solve missing features with plugins. I'm surprised the search bar didn't already exist. Yeah. Runic Attune. Okay. Would it be? Is it gonna be acting like a Runic Attuner? I wonder. Okay. Runic Attune breaks down the rune crafting skill and pulls in live Grand Exchange prices so you can see exactly what's profitable to train and provides extra information to keep you in the loop from XP rates to rune costs so you're always training smart. Developer note, I've always liked untangling the complicated parts so players don't have to, and Runic Attune is exactly that for rune crafting. It shows live Grand Exchange prices alongside handy info panels, helping players see at a glance what's worth training and how their progress is coming along, hoping it helps players train smarter, not harder. Alright, opportunity for feedback. Do you currently runecraft for profit? If so, how do you currently decide which runes to make? How often would you want prices refresh? Like every few minutes or on demand only? How much do you trust an automated profit calculation versus checking prices yourself? Is speed of information more valuable to you, or accuracy and depth, or both? Consider how buy limits factor into this too. Should it recommend a single best rune to craft, or rank a top 3 to 5 so you can factor in your own preferences? Would you want this as a one off check before I go tool, or something that runs passively while you play and updates as you craft runes? Should it remember your preferred runes altars and just show profit for those, or always show the full picture? Do you care about factoring in your current rune crafting level? For example, hiding runes you can't make or can't reach yet even with boosts. If you've used them, what do you like about the existing rune crafting helper plugins that you do or don't see in the plugin videos above? Is there something you always wished could be included but you haven't seen yet? Is there any runic attune functionality that you're not fond of? Is there something missing? Alrighty, that's it. Looking ahead, these are only a handful of plugins being explored by community developers, and there are plenty more on the way. We'll continue sharing progress updates as new plugins take shape, introduce more of the developers involved, and keep you informed as the API project continues to grow. As always, we love to hear your feedback. Your suggestions will help shape not only these plugins, but the future of the RuneScape plugin ecosystem as a whole. I like that. Do remember to get involved in our dedicated RuneScape Reddit and Discord threads and help make these plugins the best they can be. See you in Gilmore. I do like the idea of some of these, yeah. I can see how they'll be beneficial in the long run.